What's up, guys? I'm back with another video. Hit that like button. Um, we're gonna talk about this aliens from Las Vegas. The Kenmore family. Of course, y'all see that that's the kid named Angel Kenmore, who, of course, now a little older since the event occurred last year. And I want to give you guys a little bit of my opinion on this interesting event that happened to these guys, right? I'm sure I don't need to go and tell you exactly what happened, but if you were hiding under a rock, I have to pretty much let you guys know that supposedly he saw something in the sky that happened to be a light. And then moments later, Angel, his dad, and his brother happened to see some type of creatures, 8 to 10 feet tall creatures, hiding behind at the end of the day, guys, I mean, you decide. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. So I want to briefly say, look, this is his channel. It used to be called Alien Society 51. Of course, my channel is not attached to his at all. I mean, he just so happens coincidentally to have, at the time, the same name as mine, but mine's came first, of course, because my channel started in 2017 under the name Alien Society. Anyways, do I believe that this story is real? Even though you guys know that my opinion is that I do believe that, of course, we're not alone in the universe. However, there are many people out there that try to play trickery. I mean, to some degrees, I did kind of believe the story at first. But then when I didn't see any type of evidence, to suggest that what he saw was actually real, that's when I kind of did it for me. And I said, this story couldn't be real. It can't be real. And I think he probably made it up, him and his family. I mean, if you really dissect the videos, you'll notice when his father, he's being interviewed, but then he says something in the skies is not what he saw. He said his son saw it. And then you always seem to see this kid all the time in all the interviews. Why not his brother? Why not his father? Why not his mother? Even though that the mother's the one holding the phone camera, while Angel and his brother and his dad happen to go across the fence there, supposedly towards these creatures, and they had guns. But then you have these guys with guns running away. So I don't know. At the end of the day, it is kind of weird. And then there's some things that happen throughout this whole situation. I mean, there was this guy, I believe his name is Doug Papa, one of the first people to come out on YouTube and talk about this case. Like, he was really, really, he dug deep into it. And then he just, realized that something ain't right about the story. There's somewhat holes, especially when Angel and his brother started talking about a circle in the ground, which apparently was already there. And then when you watch this video here, as you see my little arrow, when you see this video right here, you'll see definitely he's reading off he's reading off the lines that he already wrote prematurely. And then it's funny how when he's talking about the crash, he says something came down, and then it sounded like some, Scooby-Doo type cartoonish crash. I don't know. All I can say is that in regards to this story, I think it's a hoax. I mean, he did a great job into making people believe that it's real. His mother did, like I said, she held the phone camera, but you would think that she will hold it long enough to see these creatures moving around, or they're grabbing phones and trying to take pictures. But we live in an age of cameras, people. You know, every smartphone out there has a camera that you can video. You know, use your video mode instead of just photos. So I mean, I don't think there's enough evidence to suggest that his story was accurate, even if he called 911, because there is also proof that he did call 911, and the cops came, but of course they didn't see anything. And I mean, it is kind of messed up that he did make the call. Whether he really seen something or not, I'm not sure, guys. But I mean, like I said, I personally believe this story is, bullshit at the end of the day. It's just because, I mean, and then you see his, all of a sudden he made a YouTube, and he has 20.1 thousand subscribers. And then he only came out with this video, and then he came out with this video over here, and then you never seen him again after that. After he was saying, oh, they're working on some things to put up and what have you. But and then I saw interviews where he's just saying some outlandish, he's just saying some things that just didn't make sense. You know what I mean? And then later on, of course, as he was being interviewed, it almost seemed like he kind of forgot the story. At the end of the day, if something really happened, don't you think that you would know it word for word every single time? You would remember it like if it were yesterday? And he didn't seem like the type of person to remember all of a sudden. I mean, if something like that happened to me, I definitely would make sure that I can provide enough evidence for you guys. Like I said, we live in the age of fucking cameras. And we got smartphones. Every smartphone has a camera that you can use to, so I don't understand how they weren't able to videotape these beings to validate their complete claim, I mean, they're 8 to 10 feet tall. You would think they would already saw it on camera. Especially when they said, oh, they're behind the tractors. And okay, yes, but if they're behind the tractors, you would think that if your mom moved around enough with the camera or even came close enough, you would still try to see if you can see them with your camera. However, it was just word of mouth. You don't see anything. Then you got people making up a whole bunch of scenarios, trying to make it seem like the story is legit. And then some people would say, oh, I see a shadow here. I said, please stop. Please stop, people. Please stop. This is what destroys the possibility of things happening for real. When you always have these type of individuals that come up with these outrageous stories, like me, for instance, no matter how outrageous it may seem, if I have solid evidence, I mean, because at the end of the day, people are going to look for evidence, not just word of mouth, not just, oh, I got a still picture. No. Listen, we're not in the 1950s anymore. We're not in the 1950s anymore. At the end of the day, when you see supposedly extraterrestrials or whatever, show video proof. We don't need any still pictures. We don't need any more of these fake stories, because you guys are messing it up for everyone who's really having events. Things that happen to them like that for real. But yeah, I don't think this story is real. At one point, I did think it was real, yes. But after dissecting the story and investigating it and, looking deeper into it, I realized that, yeah, and Doug Papa is correct. This story is BS at the end of the day. Because like I said, when you have a guy who was a former police officer and other stuff, I guess, this guy was really into it. So he really dissected the whole story, man. It came out that this story is all hoax, man. So, I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of people can fool you. They can. And kudos to Angel, I guess, because, I mean, he made a whole bunch of people believers, including myself. But not anymore, because, like I said, I don't believe that this story was real. Now, if he can present evidence, not made up stories, but evidence that something really happened at his home, then I'll be able to believe it. You know what I mean? But, if it's just him in videos and and doing the interviews, not his parents. I mean, I saw the Inside Edition thing where they're questioning all of them, and then they had them all draw something. But I still believe this story is a hoax. If someone can prove to me otherwise that this is real, present some evidence. Present some evidence, and I'll be able to be like, oh, okay, now I believe the story once again to be true. But for now, I think this story is a hoax. So yeah, along with all the things that are happening in this world, it's just crazy how things, people just, I don't know, man, it's weird. Now I know he said he ain't doing this for clout and all this other stuff, but maybe that was his way to catch your attention. Just making you think that he's not into trying to get subscribers, trying to build a YouTube right away. But once again, I'm just theorizing. But other than that, I believe this story is a hoax. Plain and simple. Hoax. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you if you guys have been sticking by my channel for years, even though, like I said, I haven't been active in a long time. But I will be active now. And if you're new to the channel, bear in mind that I'm not no skeptic. Not like 100% skeptic, but I'm not the type to believe just anything without evidence. I do believe that possibilities are possible. The element of surprise and all that good stuff. But I'm not just gonna believe just anything without any evidence. That's just the way it is. We live in some times where, this is 2024, guys. This ain't the 1950s and all that stuff where people believe everything. Literally everything. You show them a sketch, they believe you. You show a guy that supposedly says he met with some alien called Valium Thor, and it happens to be himself. So at the end of the day, all you got to do is investigate these stories, guys. Peace out.